What's up, geeks and gamers? My name is Draymond, and welcome to Thorium Gaming. We're back with episode 29 of Light of the Azure, our attempts to stabilize the Great Vortex and basically save the world from chaos corruption. It's been going great. So we have seen off all of the chaos forces out on the eastern coast of Ulthuan. It went pretty well, all things considered. A couple of Skaven armies and a chaos horde. Completely wasted. Nothing doing. They went well. Out in the west, Arnheim is still ours, at least for the moment, and it's giving us a few waystones, fragments, I guess. Way up in the north, of course, Chaplain Grimaldus and Fady Lace are getting ready to do some cool stuff. Looks like Fady's got a level, and we're going to toss that into Deadeye, make her a little bit more accurate. Then we're going to drop her points into a lot of her army, see what we can do with that. Looks like Sunshine's leveled up too. Of course, she's on a dragon now, and that's becoming a lot better than everything else. We do have kind of a choice here, though. We could get piercing shots, 4% missile damage, or just straight up weapon strength against all forces of evil. You know what? I think that's what we're going to do. Get the second point of Valor of the Ages, and call that done. Now, Phoenix is there, helping her out, and we have Sheena Yan holding on to Caranthel. Kothik is pretty much entrenched along the eastern coast. We still have Yvresse all said and done. Someone else leveled up too. Mom the Doge. Awesome. So we've got Cleanse Corruption and Scouting for her, but let's get Soul Quench. She has a magic missile in battle, which is not bad. We'll get Erithron to capture this sea island, an abandoned camp out in the water. Don't know why it would be out there, but okay. And then there's another wreck over there. And if I remember correctly, we have, I think it's Felindre out in the ocean over here. We had her going around collecting other treasure troves and everything too, so we'll get her to go on to that. Now, Phoenix himself, this Yvressian army isn't too big. It is led by Ingmar. So it's a little tough, but Phoenix should be able to handle him. And we'll get Phoenix just to come over here and hold off the pass, so to speak. And PC is up here. We're going to get him to keep securing us some influence so we can use it for other things. We are in the red for our treasury right now because the ritual event is over. But it shouldn't be too much longer till we're able to do a lot more with it. And besides, we can counteract that by upgrading a few buildings and generally getting things all sorted out. I don't really know if we want to upgrade Angerial right now. Attain Straits of Lothern. I think we're going to hold off on that. And of course, we don't really need to upgrade the gates per se right now. Caranthel and the Shrine of Loic, it would definitely help to level them up slightly. We still have over 10,000 gold sitting in our coffers. I want to level them both up, though. Just not too sure how things are going. We lost a lot of generals on the attempts to hold off the Chaos Invasion. Wasn't too pretty, so we're going to need to start recruiting some lords that are actually going to be combat. It was a valiant sacrifice, all things considered. Of course, I'm sitting out here in Falls Anvil, sitting back, waiting to see how things are going to go. We're going to upgrade that to a promenade. And probably do the same over here. We're back in the positives. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense, to be honest. Might have been wherever Sunshine is as to what happened. Now it's back in the positive public order. But we're going to end the turn and see what the other nations do during everything. I forgot about Fëanor. We just have her running around in the Dark Elf lands. I'm kind of curious as to what the Black Arcs are going to do out in the world. They have been kind of harassing our coastline, It's not been too big of a deal, all things said and done. But they do have some rather powerful generals more inland. I thought I saw Malekith running around too, and he's definitely not someone that you just kind of scoff at, as a general rule. Laughing at the Witch King of the Druchii is not good for your health. We did send an intervention force last time, or the episode before, to deal with the Scan Claven. Wow. Clan Pestilence of the Skaven race. There we go. I swear I can talk. To deal with their ritual, but they're so far behind at this point, even with the jump that they're going to get in Way Fragments for completing it, it's not going to really allow them to catch up. They're a full ritual behind. We're more worried about the Druchii and Lizardmen being able to catch up than we are about the Ratmen. Let's face it, the Skaven aren't very imposing, all things considered. And I'm still amused by the Lizardmen names. Slide in this case. If you get creative with the phonetics. I'm kind of curious as to whether the Pirates of Sartosa are going to land those forces onto our beaches, or if they're going to do something different. Well, they have actually landed on Ulthuan. I'm not sure. If they go into a raiding stance or anything like that, we're going to have to deal with them. It's rather large fleets, and I'd prefer if they weren't given free access to Ulthuan. I'd rather them not be on Ulthuan at all, but we do have to recover a little bit after everything that's gone on.
My temper is quick, but Sun Fang is quicker.
And it looks like the Skafang Tooftega of the Top Knots is declaring war on us. I don't really have any idea what they're hoping to accomplish. They're small and far away. But of course, you gotta have orcs fighting everybody, because that's what orcs do. This could be interesting, though. The Hmong have been a constant thorn in our side. If we can drop one of their army stacks out of reinforcement range of one of its cities, that would hurt them, and maybe give Fady Lace a little bit more experience to deal with what's coming up for her. So we got an ambusher. Rana, one of our lore masters, back into the fray, and we did get gem cutting. We're back in the negatives for income, though. Real question is, do we want to declare war on the Pirates of Sartosa right now? We do have to eventually build up our forces, and they're a little spread out, a little bit incoherent. You can probably get rid of that by getting rid of people like Philindre, who are essentially just running around collecting us money from out at sea. And I'd rather have combat generals in place. And of course, Ingmir himself isn't in a position to be brought to battle. Losing Yvresse Lee. I can't even pronounce that town's name. Did hurt us financially. I mean, losing these couple of cities did not help us in the least. Wonder if we can get them to come to battle. But for right now, we'll put that on the back burner. Iolair is doing his thing. You can come out here and gather that sea corpse. We're kind of sending our mage off to see what was up with the Druchii and everything else. If we can block one of their armies and just slow them down a little bit, that would be good. She doesn't have earthing yet, which is downright upsetting. Now for our research, we can get some public order, but I'd rather find something that reduces the upkeep on something we use a lot of. Spearmen and archer units. martial law. So I guess that's where we're going to go with it, because that's generally a good idea. Don't want it to be something that hurts us in the long run. I would love to upgrade Injurial a little bit more. We do have to be careful of what we're doing with all of our gold, though. Getting a little bit close on gold in general. Now, is this hero's army, or this lord's army stack? It is not in reinforcement range. What do they have? Looks like a bunch of just straight up, oops, marauders, but we don't know what the rest of it is. They could have some fell cannons or hounds or something in there. Not exactly the best army stack to take against them. We'd have to end up putting our Lothern Sea Guard into melee formation to attack them. I would rather hit one of these towns. What we could probably do is siege Harkalra, so we don't have anything at Dragax End anymore. So I think that's actually what we're going to do. We'll send the good chaplain over to deal with that, build a couple of siege towers so we can assault the walls. Let him start off there, and we'll send PC in to join with chaplain. Next turn, obviously. And we should be able to fight that one out. I mean, their garrison is pretty significant. We might have to wait till they start taking some attrition. They'll last 6 turns, so we'll see how that one goes out. If we have to go back to Kael'ra, we will. But their public order is doing pretty good right now, so I'm not too worried. Now let's see if we can get this guy to engage against Phoenix. And it looks like Ingmir will not come to battle against us, but we'll send Phoenix a little bit closer to him. See if we can get him to run or engage us. Again, the Pirates of Sartosa are out at sea here. Not really sure what they're trying to do, but let's see what the other nations are up to, at least for another turn. And I forgot about Erethrond again, but there's some experience and some gold for us. And kind of excited. Me and my father and my brother are going to go see Deadpool 2 this weekend. We've been excited for it ever since it was announced. Actually, we've been praying for it since we walked out of the end of Deadpool 1. I don't know what was funnier, watching the movie or watching my father's reaction to the movie. He's definitely your blue-collar type of guy. Didn't really get the whole fascination my brother and I have with Deadpool. Then he watched the movie, and it took 10 minutes, if that. The car scene at the very opening. You'll know what I'm talking about if you've seen the movie, and if you haven't, why? Just why? Go now. See it. Apparently we're at war with the last defenders. Which puts Arathron in a pretty bad predicament, because he's right in their face. I didn't realize we were at war with them. And that is one powerful Druchii Lord on a dragon. Garathian's moving back. I wonder if we can get Kothik to confederate with us. If they do, that gives us a whole lot more stuff. It's a lot of stuff to hang on to. But if we got their military and put it towards more useful ends, that would be a lot of extra income. And it looks like we've chased Ingmir off. Or at least back towards Yvresse. Which doesn't hurt our case at all. Hatra Barber. I have no idea what that's supposed to be a pun of. Not all of them are puns, but some of them are. Still, my favorite Lizardman name is still Tic-Tac-Toe. Because awesome Pterodon Rider is awesome. You cannot escape the freaking awesomeness that is tic-tac-toe. Now, if the Pirates of Sartosa take the city whose name I cannot pronounce, that doesn't make a lot of sense. They kind of bypassed it. Wonder if they're headed up to Yvresse. Again, the Hmong are kind of... They swap armies a lot up at these cities, but they never really do much with them. And that almost seemed pointless. He ran that army stack all the way out there. Maybe they were trying to bait us? I'm not sure. That army stack we can probably take on. And we should, if we have the chance to. Kind of curious as to what the Warband of the Crow is going to do. I think they're a horde army until they take a city. Not too sure on how that works. So they're not taking attrition. So we have a mage that's back on duty. And they want us to capture Harganeth. And we have to win 2 battles for 50 way fragments. So we're definitely going to try and do that. We'll send Ulthuan down this way. He does have Mom the Doge with him. Really want to lose her. She's of course one of the great friends of the channel. I'm not sure what we're going to do with Fëanor right now. We are starting to make a little bit of the gold back per turn. It's not too big a deal. Block that army just to gain a little bit of experience and see what we're going to do. Grab Power Drain because more magic is more awesome. Belanine, we're going to send you up around that way. What are our standing like with your Kothik?
What do you seek from the Asur, traveler?
They might actually join us. They didn't this turn. But their opinion of us is still going up, so there is always a chance there. And right now I'd rather not join up with Teclis, considering how far out of the way he is.
Your bidding.
Be far easier to get things done here. We'll send Phoenix after Ingmir. Felindry should be doing her thing out here.
Guides me.
A little bit of experience for her.
Loyal to a fault.
So we'll... Oh, she's getting 2 levels off that, so we'll give her Deadeye too. Now we have to win 2 battles to get 50 way fragments, which will definitely bite into what we need. We still need like 1,000. Take us down to 900s. We only need 950 really, but see how it works. Now, Eric can't get away, but he's mostly trolls. Like, that's a lot of trolls. The rest of them are marauders with great weapons. We do have the bolt throwers and some great eagles, so this could be an interesting fight, assuming that Fady herself can do some damage in it. It's still kind of up in the air, though. Let's get PC to join up with the good chaplain, who's apparently taking attrition right now for some reason, even though he's sieging. Shouldn't be. Why is he taking attrition? I guess it's because he's in a frozen region. Now this fight doesn't look too good. We don't have any siege towers, so we have to wait a turn on that, at least.
Back.
Doesn't make sense, though. You're not supposed to be losing troops when you're sieging something. So keep that in mind there. We don't have any forces over here that can really reliably take them on. We do have Latania. Forces, while not great. Wait, Kothik has a force going after that admiral. Did Not expect that. Then again, I've been playing my own personal campaign in this, so it's been a little odd. But let's go ahead and try and fight these
Put them
trolls.
to death.
There are a lot of trolls, but we should be able to outgun this army. Oh, on this particular map, we will definitely outgun this army. And Fady will be able to do a lot of damage. Ashrak will be basically ours. Alright, so how do we want to handle this? I mean, they're coming down. They're going to try and storm across there. We don't really have the high ground, but we kind of do. So we know that their trolls are slow. So set up our bolt throwers there. That should give them a fair amount of range, at least up to there. That should work. We'll take our eagles and put them up here. We'll use them as a flanking force. Our brave spearmen will go down in front. Seaguard will go on their right flank, and we'll leave the archers behind. Again, I don't know really why the computer thinks that it's a good idea to put the archers up front. Not my pig, not my farm for that, but we'll see how it works. So let's just start it up and see what they do. Just advance our eagles a little bit. I'm not too worried about them. They're still walking, so it's not a big deal. We should probably do... Monstrous infantry are considered large, I believe. So, we'll leave it. Except for our bolt throwers are shooting the wrong things. We'll swap over to our multi-fire and see how it works. On the bright side for the Hmong, they did position those infantry units right to take advantage of them screening their trolls. But these trolls are running out ahead pretty quickly, and they should be getting hit by our arrow volleys here momentarily. Not worried about the infantry at all. Eagle Claws are a bit exposed. Let's send a unit of spearmen up there to protect them. Because we can swap our Lothern Seaguard over to spears easily enough.
It will be done. For the king!
And then we'll have our eagles come in from the flank and assault them. Hopefully these trolls get a little banged up before they get in. Looks like they're going to break before anything bad happens. Have to reposition those Lothern Seaguard though. Looks like the morale of the enemy forces is what's really working against them. I guess being tired and coming into this fight was not too great for them. This is actually going a heck of a lot smoother than I thought it would. And with their leader routed, should start taking up in our favor pretty quickly. There we go. So that's one battle won. Seems the bolt throwers were the heroes of the day for that one.
Asur, rejoice.
And that takes care of a Hmong army. And she gained Gambler's Armor. 10% ward save is nothing to laugh at. Should swap her over to March and get her back into Grand.
A mighty
She'll start
warrior.
recovering. We'll give her the Speeder Azuran too. Speed and melee defense is good for an archer. You know, I've been putting this off for a while. Let's just upgrade Endurial and get it out of our hair, so we don't have to focus about it.
Of Ulthuan.
And we'll send Yvresse out to gain us 5,000 gold. So that pretty much took care of everything we spent to upgrade it.
Princess of Ulthuan. Protector of
So
Ulthuan.
Sunshine's pretty much holding the coast. If we send
Ready for
Xinyan
orders.
up, I'm not sure how that would work out. We do have a little bit of influence. Could spend it on trying to get Kothik to do what we want. Might not hurt. So it should take us up to 285 total. A couple of turns still. I'll let the other nations do whatever they're going to do. It's a pretty impressive stack for Tankless's forces. Are they gonna beat out some Skaven cities? Is what I'm wondering. Looks like the Lizardman intervention force got wiped out. It's definitely not a good thing. The city, the mortuary, has really held on. It got hit by our intervention force, a Lizardman intervention force, and a Loremaster army, I believe? That's a lot of things to hold off. Because unless you give a city time to recover after each siege, it does. Wait a second. Why are the Lizardmen trying to assassinate us? The last defenders are under the other legendary lord, which was Krokgar. Thankfully, it's not him out on the ocean, because Krokgar is a monster in melee combat. He just is. Seems like they have a lot of sorceresses and witch elves. Haven't seen too many assassins. Again, not really sure if that's a good or bad thing. Lord Skrolk, the leader of Clan Pestilence. Well, that's a high elven army stack down. So many brave elves lost in the middle of the jungle. If Ingmar travels all the way into Yvresse, we will have to follow up with a siege and just let it sit there. Try and confederate with Kothik over the next few turns. He's not going into Yvresse. He's staying outside on the field to try and gain some reinforcements. It's actually a pretty potent strategy. Then you don't have to worry about siege timers, all that sort of stuff. And you still get the army garrison. And the garrison can recover more because it's away from the city and takes another turn to initiate the siege. Gerhard Hammerheim. Empire names are always ridiculous. Emil Quaid? We did assault the garrison, that helps us a little bit. Seriously, pirates. What is your endgame here? I read that as Uther for a second. Like, the Lightbringer's a dwarf? Play way too many fantasy games. So many of the names are so similar. J.R.R. Tolkien is to thank for that. Alright, so we've seen this before. I think because of where we're sitting right now, we're just going to replace him to get the influence and call it done. Phoenix took some assault on his units, which is not too bad. Now Felion has a sorceress in her ranks. And we'll take that out to kind of deal with it a little bit. And we'll take Briona's time warp. Southern Yvresse. Well, we have that opened up now. We'll put a promenade in there. Or at least what builds up to a promenade. I think it's Elven Garden? Plaza. Start off with. Now for Phoenix, he's not within reinforcement range of Yvresse. Okay, well there's our win condition for that particular objective. He's got a lot of heroes though. And we don't have another army that's close. I think we're going to have to risk that, but we'll come back to it in just a minute. Let's see how... First, let's swap Fady back to normal stance where people aren't tired. Still technically taking attrition, we shouldn't be. The chaplain can take on Harkaldra. Some of the elven names are hard to pronounce too.
A strong leader is needed. None shall live.
What are the odds on this one? Yeah, it's definitely weighted
Asur
against
follows
us.
strength. No mercy.
We'd have to wait another 5 turns? 4 turns, so 5 for them to start taking attrition. Let's go down to Erethrond and then Felindre. Where is Erethrond? Could have sworn he was just out here in the ocean. Because I don't want to leave him in a place where the lizardmen can get at him. There we go. And it does look like the lizardmen are kind of chasing him right now. So, Potion of Toughness is pretty good. Might have to give that to one of our lords.
Journeying on.
And then Felindre is up here.
Defender of the Asur.
Alright, so Phoenix, you gotta take care of a lot of heroes. But it's you and a couple of Phoenix Guard units. Oh, he is getting reinforced by Yvresse. Well, that kind of takes care of that plan. Making 1,000 gold a turn, and you still have 5 units left.
Defender of the Asur.
I'm not sure what would happen, like 12... Probably go into Chaos and Anarchy if we did anything there. But Rena, you have Spread Public Order and a couple of decent enough skills. We'll get you to try and go up and join Phoenix. Phoenix's guys are starting to hit the gold ranks, which do not want to lose anybody in that army right now.
Champion of the Ever Queen.
Kind of curious. I should probably go back to Lothern so I don't gain the Procrastinator trait. We'll give it one more turn though. Just make sure that Phoenix himself isn't going to engage. Let's pop him into encamp stance. See how it works. Give it one more turn. Then I completely forgot about Elair, so we'll go with those who escaped. There's a Feather Foe Torque for us. That's a lot of Great Eagles. A lot of Great Eagles. Kind of disappointed that the final mount for all your heroes is Ithalmar Chariots. I would have preferred it to have been a Sun Dragon. You could have left the Moon and Stars for the Lords, then you could really do a Dragon Prince army. Caledorian themed, a lot of Dragon Prince heavy cavalry units, a lot of dragon princes on dragonback, and some archers to back it up with some spearmen. You know, the whole Kaldorian idea. But flying is just so useful on the battlefield that I don't see why anyone would want to take an Ithilmar chariot. Maybe if the Lord is specifically designed to fight the Tomb Kings, who use a lot of chariots, I could see that being viable. But just standard, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. And that's an ancient Stegodon that Skink is on. Normal ones don't have the little antenna looking things coming out the sides. And there's the Warband of the Eagle gone, or Warband of the Crow. Fëanor got wounded too. I wonder why the Lizardmen are trying to pick a fight right now. Chrysalith. Play off of Chrysalid. I still can't get over the Lizardmen names. They're so funny sometimes. And Engine Bolt got... Thanks. I thought he was the commander of one of the garrisons down there. I guess it's a doubled up name. Which does happen from time to time. I wonder if the pirates are back to their old, let's sail up and down the coast repeatedly thing. Apparently not, because they decided to land. Alright, so we're just going to go with a large gift again. We can afford it from the treasury, and influence is always good. So Fëanor got wounded. That's okay. Seriously, why is the good chaplain suffering attrition? He shouldn't be.
For the king.
It's almost a 50-50 fight. We'll give it...
My prowess is needed.
Well, we might have to fall back. I'm not entirely sure. Do you want to take that city out?
The Asur need me.
Ooh, that's a rather large Hmong army stack. If they go after Grant, though, Fady Lace should be able to handle them. There's another 5,000. Thank you for the Beasts of the Deep. And fellow cargo. Loremaster's Cloak. Pretty good item. Should probably look at starting to hit our lords up with those items.
Sailing away.
We'll send Elair up, maybe give him a couple more spearman units, and he can help out Phoenix. But we do have to pay attention around the southern tip of Lustria. We don't want our lord getting caught by those last defenders and getting eaten. A Druchii Hunter. Reduced enemy success chance. That's always good. And he can just keep heading along that coast. It's not too big of a deal. Hopefully we'll be able to get more done. I mean, we are getting a fair number of wave fragments per turn. We're gaining 50 stock returns, so it's only a few more turns out before we do the final ritual. And that will start to really cut into everything we do. And Rena apparently cannot assassinate people. But that's actually probably a good place to end it for this week, guys. If you liked the video, please consider hitting that like button. If you'd like to join up with the 232, possibly see your name pop up in one of the Let's Plays, just hit that subscribe button and make sure you turn your notifications on so you don't miss when a new video comes up. Remember guys, life is a game, so play to win. And until next time, take care.